Okay, this is my next SKX mod, and to briefly go over this, basically this started off as a modded SKX from Uncle Seiko. He has a couple of watches, 007s and 009s, the SKXs that have this tuna mod. Basically it has this stainless steel shroud that's on a modified case, so it looks like a tuna. And the benefit of this is you get an automatic version basically of the tuna, or a tuna style, and for a lot less, and it's actually a bit smaller than what you would get from Seiko's offerings. They usually run at least 50 millimeters and up, and about 16-17 millimeters thicker. This is about 46 millimeters round and lug to lug, and thickness is about the same as your SKX, which is about 13 millimeters. And yeah, I mean, for about $500, I think that's worth it. You know, it's really pretty well done, and you get a rubber strap of your choice, and I chose the tire tread design from Uncle Seiko, but they also have waffle and a tropic style, and yeah, it's very well done. Actually, I took the screws off of this because I was swapped out the bezel, because I'm going to further modify this to make it more of my own. It has screws on here and here, and they're right there, and they hold it really secure, and you can see the fit and finish is quite excellent. I mean, and you'll see for a moment, I wanted to show this before I close this back up, just how well it is. You know, this used to be a SKX body, and I will show you the difference in a moment. So take out the screws, and actually let me get the other watch. Okay, this isn't a typical SKX either. It's a special alpinist version, and no, I did not modify this. This came from Seiko like this. It's like a special land field version of the SKX model, as you can see, with the bezel and everything else. But I just wanted to bring this out as comparison with the case, as you will see in a moment. Okay, and here we go. Let's pull this up. See, pretty well machined, and fits like a glove. And you see, check this out. I mean, look at how much of this was modified and custom milled. I don't know how they did this. You can see all around the sides, besides the custom holes, but it's been drilled, and the lugs all been shaved out. And as comparison, this is basically what the case used to be like. Oops, better turn it like that rather. Look at the, especially around the, can you see this? Come on, focus. Especially the lug area. Look how much that's been taken down, and the crown guard. Whoops. Pretty amazing. And this fits so precisely too. So I'm going to put it back on for you to see. And just like that. Very good. anyways, just wanted to show you how cool this case was specially modified to accept this crown. I mean, this shroud rather. Anyways, and I switched it to going back to this mod. It came with where is it? It's probably somewhere under here. Stock. Oh, here it is. Basically everything was SKX original. I got the 009 model with the Pepsi bezel and dark blue dial, and it looked alright, but I never really cared for the stock bezel, so I figure I'm gonna go further and get a nice one. And this one's pretty cool from Yaboki's. It's a tuna bezel, so it looks like basically like the way the tuna bezel is on the Seiko Tunas, and I think it looks better. It's all brushed, and gives it that more industrial machine look, and it's got better grip actually around the edge. And I was going to carefully removed the Pepsi dial from the stock bezel, and I was going to just use it again with this. It's like that, something like that. But after thinking about it, I'm gonna do this even more customized, and I'm gonna actually do a different bezel. I mean bezel insert. It would have been cool to have kept this, but I have another idea to make it even cooler. At least I think so. And anyways, I do have the other mods that are going in this is inner chapter ring. It's going to be brushed and marked as I usually do in my other mods. It's also from Yaboki's, and I got a special dial I'm going to switch out. It's going to be a deeper radiant blue. It's actually the Stargate 2 dial, and I'm going to keep the hands, and I've upgraded the movement to an NH36. Actually, it's right here. And what I actually did with this was I switched out the date wheel. Usually it comes with a white one, as you can see here, but it's not aligned for a 4 o'clock position, so you needed to update the day wheel so that it is going to be lined up properly in the watch at 4 o'clock. Right there where, I guess, basically where Wednesday and 5 is where it should line up. Otherwise it doesn't do that, and this normally is designed to work like this. So this got swapped out, and you know, people are wondering, why didn't you go with the white one, or make the date wheel black too? And there's a reason for this later, and it'll become more evident once the mods come together. And this is something a little bit more unique to do, like bicolored, because I don't think really, if anybody, I've never seen anybody do that. So, and I think it'll work out. Anyways, pop this off. Yeah, so this was kind of a last minute decision to get another bezel. I was thinking, you know, this has a good look, but I think I want to do something a little bit more unique. It really will set it apart. And so did not have to go through the trouble of taking this off and cleaning it and getting it for this, but in case maybe later on if I change my mind, it'll be there. And let's see, I have the other mod will be a big crown, because with this shroud on, it's rather tight. You see? right here. I mean, it looks clean. You got a little bit protrusion, but it's pretty hard to grip. You basically have to push on top and mostly on the bottom to try to undo this. And it's doable, but I think it'll look good with the jumbo one, which extends out just a little bit more, give it more that the way the tuna looks, and be of course easier, much easier to grip and manipulate. And that's it. So I just need a couple parts I'm waiting for. Oh, I'm gonna upgrade the crystal to sapphire, and it's got a special coating too that I haven't done before, but I think it'll look pretty cool. And just to give you an idea of the action, you can hear it. Turns nicely. There you go. Soap. Let's see, the next thing will come is this bezel insert's gonna have to wait. Probably it's gonna be a week because I just ordered it. The crystal from Crystal Times should be arriving tomorrow. So what I'll probably do is work on that and the bezel insert. So take out the movement and then pop the crystal and take out the old chapter ring, put in a new one, and gonna have to do the trick that I did with my other one because it doesn't have any notches to secure it. I'm going to add a little bit of glue to hold it in place in alignment, and then put the crystal back in, and then that'll be that. Then the last thing would be, well, not the last thing, most likely hopefully later this week, or probably the next step would be to get the new dial onto this and pluck the hands. I actually have another SKX that I can pluck the hands from, and I'm going to stick it on to that. I'm going to leave this dark blue one that's with the 009 alone, because yeah, I think the other one would just be better to scavenge, the one that's just on the plain black dial. And then hopefully not too long after that I'll have my bezel insert, and that should be it. Okay, so this is a look at the this mod and just the way this, really wanted to show how this thing was machined out just to accept this guy. And I think this is way better than the plastic snap-on ones like from Dragon Shroud or whatever, because those are look much bulkier because they have to, you know, the plastic and the way they snap on without modifying the case, it just bulks it up a lot more. This looks right and better and done right. I'm going to do a metal one. It screws in. And oh, one quick word. Some people have said that the Uncle Seiko, this tuna mod that he does or has, is actually from the Tiger UK. It's a modder in the United Kingdom, and they have done one that looks pretty darn close to this, if not exact. It's called their TST mod. I can only assume it's called the Tiger SKX Tuna mod, but I'm not exactly sure what the TST stands for. And I do believe that came out first, and it looks darn close, but I'm not sure if it's the same because the way I've seen pictures of this particular area cut around the crown, it looks different. Theirs looks more wrapped, just it's very subtle, but it looks a little bit more wrapped around the crown, and it's not as beveled or fast, you know, on the inside here. You can see that. Yeah. And regardless, if it is or not, it doesn't matter to me, because I think you need to have an SKX available and then ship it all the way out to the UK and then have them tunify it, you know, whatever work they need to do and however long that will take, and then it's got to be shipped back. I didn't want to deal with that. For about $500 with everything basically done and the watch provided, and you get a a custom, you know, Uncle Seiko strap of your choice too to go with it. That does it for me. It's a lot more convenient. And what's cool about this too is they actually drill through the lug holes right there, so that actually gives it even more easier access to just strap changes. Anyways, that's it. Hopefully the next step we'll get to see the crystal and the new dial. I think those will be the next parts, unless the timing is right. Then I get the bezel in too, but I think that'll be a little bit later. And then hopefully if I get the sign crown that has for the other SKX mod I just did not too long ago, you guys will know it. I can remove the jumbo crown from that one and pop it onto here. I mean, I do have an extra one somewhere, but I don't want to. I mean, this is my other stem, and this is saved for the signed one. It's just taking forever from 2359. So, anyways, that signed one is regular size like this. So that one will go on the other mod that doesn't have a shroud. It's just like this size, and it's going to be pretty much like this, but yeah. And what else is there? And then yeah, so I can take that jumbo crown that I was using as a placeholder and put it into this to be used with this NH36 movement, because I can't use it with this crown that was made for, and stem that was made for the 7S206. And besides, this is just kind of small. It looks nice and concealed, but it's really a pain in the ass to undo. So that's it. Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye.